Well, howdy everybody, how is it doing? Thank you all so much for tuning in to this amp. Now this has been sitting in the background for quite a few videos and people have been asking, Robert, what is this amp? Well, it's an amp I couldn't talk about until now. So this is the REVV Generator 100P. As you guys know, I'm a humongous REVV fan. You know, they're my main amps and all that stuff. So whenever the guys at REVV asked me if I wanted to check out the 100P, which is kind of like the whole concept of it is it's the purple channel of the 120. So that seems to be a channel that a lot of people have gravitated towards on the 120, I know, especially for metal, because it's really tight and for like low tuning and stuff like that. So when they asked me, I was like, sure, because I don't play metal. So I totally want to check something like this out just to see how I kind of respond with it. And, you know, so I was like, you know, I haven't written any metal stuff for a long time, so let's kind of see what happens. I don't know if it was any good, but the amp, I think, sounded great. My playing was probably pretty subpar. But so basically what we have here is a 2-channel amp. So you have channel 1, which is your clean and your crunch, and that has a shared EQ. Then you have channel 2, which is the purple channel now, and that one has its own EQ. You have separate masters, presence, depth. You can turn your effects loop on, mute, all kinds of stuff. So this amp is extremely versatile. Even though that purple channel is geared towards metal, I was getting some nice like rock and roll sounds out of them, especially the crunch channel on the crunch side of this amp. I absolutely love it. Having had a 740 for a long time, now I have the Dynamis over there. The crunch is, you know, right where I felt at home. But certainly I could see why people like that purple channel so much, because like I said, it's very responsive and tight sounding. Now, a few things about it that I thought were really cool is, of course, you have these switches, which I've always talked about the switches on the REVV amps, the bright, fat, and the aggression switch, which controls your gain. I guess you would call it gain staging. You also have your contour, and it's a 100-watt amp, but you can flip it down to 10 watts. And I think that is sweet. And it's also, you can independently do that. So you could have channel 1 on 10 watts and really dime that clean if you want to get that broken up bluesy clean. And then flip it over to channel 2 and have it on 100 watts and get all that nice headroom. So the REVV guys are thinking. The other thing which I really have thought has, you know, set REVV apart from a lot of people, you know, when I use their stuff live, that I love so much is their foot switching. So this is the foot switch for the actual amp. You might see the one down there. That is for my Dynamis. And here's what's so impressive. So it's a 2-channel amp, right? You think, oh, okay, you have your clean and you have a distorted channel. No, 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 no. You can do that. You could have channel 1, channel 2, effects on and off mode, but you can also save presets. Now, this is a 100% tube amp. You know, it's 606 driven. But what you can do is you hold this down and it sets it to mode, and you can actually program 4 individual tones into your foot switch. So when I'd play live, I would have a clean sound, a crunch, a heavy gain rhythm, and a solo tone all on my pedal board. And you can have your delay and all that kind of stuff on there if you want. I had a flashback delay that I was using for the demo and stuff like that. So incredibly versatile amp. I'll have more specs for you guys down below and inside the video, because you know me, I don't know specs. So all in all, guys, like I said, this is just an extremely cool amp. Boom, look at that. Changes colors. Purple, green, blue for clean. And like I said, this is just an extremely, extremely, extremely versatile amp. Let me turn that down so we don't hear that. Forgot it's still hooked up to everything. And yeah, if you're just looking for a very powerful 2-channel amp, look no further. This amp is amazing. It looks killer. I love this style of logo on the REVV stuff, and check it out, man. Let's hear some tones. So for the signal chain, what we got going on, we have the Acacia Cronus loaded with Seymour Duncan antiquities going straight out of this guitar into the amp. I have a flashback by TC Electronics for my delay, and this is all going into the Torpedo Live with a REVV 4x12 closeback cabinet. That's your signal train. Train, signal chain. Alright guys, that will be it. Thank you all so much for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Huge thank you to the guys at REVV for letting me test drive this amp for a little bit. I am going to miss it, and it might be one that I have to add down the road. Don't tell my wife, but I want this amp now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, homies. Keep on rocking. Oh man, look, what is happening with this high five? Later, guys.